same thing on the 5 minute chart, if that makes sense. So like if you're expecting the same result across all time frames, it's just not going to work out like that. You have to draw on each time frame. So like if I
Like,
want to go draw the 1 minute here, like this was a good example actually. Yeah, you remember the consolidation we had yesterday or like the day before that spiky where I had the bad entry? It was like 35%. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Was that on market open, spiky? I don't remember.
The
Was
market
that
open? Sorry.
Tuesday? Oh, it was right here. It was right here. It was right here. Okay.
Oh, the manipulation draw.
Yeah, yeah, it was right here. It was the and
I
then
think I
yeah,
posted
this
in the server actually. The options alert. Let me send it in chat real quick.
I
And
think it
then
was this one. Yeah, this was Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. So this was day before Thanksgiving, right? So we have our legs here. So here's
like I
the
sent
top
in
of
the
the
events chat.
consolidation. Yeah, you
The
guys can look at the events chat also, but I'm just gonna explain it here too. So line here, top consolidation leg, bottom of the consolidation leg, right? And then it breaks to the upside here, closes above, switch to the 5 minute. The only reason I went on the 1 minute here is because sometimes the 5 minute does not give you all the information you're needing. Like gee, this is swing high, this is bottom. Okay. 'Cause, like if you look on the 5 minute here, it looks a lot less like I know this is consolidation, but for you guys who are not like have not looked at the charts as much as me and can like see these things across time frames, you're gonna be like, okay, I don't really know what I'm looking at here. Like it just kind of is all wonky and choppy. So that's why you dropped the 1 minute. Then you like look at these um the chart and you're like, okay, well, this looks a lot more like consolidation than the 5 minute does. So you draw your thing here, draw your lines, right? And then personally I like looking at the 5 minute more like in the 1 minute. So I switch back to the 5 minute after I see that, right? Come back over here. Where is it, right? Come back over here. I see a closure above that, right? So I know that this closure is indicating manipulation that is coming. So closure, closure, wait for the pullback. The only problem is I didn't wait for the pullback here, but that's not like what we're getting into right now. But wait for the pullback, wait for the manipulation, like have the reversal, and then look for a continuation higher. So that's kind of like what you're looking for here. So same concept applies. You have that accumulation, manipulation, and then interdistribution.
So you didn't even draw a fib here. You were just using break of consolidation.
Yeah, no, I didn't draw a fib here per se. You could have drawn a fib here. Like, I don't think I did draw a fib here because fibs are like, I like to see fibs on bigger moves. Like personally, like if I see a big like consult, like if I like here, let me actually just undraw this. Like this day was probably the best example. Like when I like to draw fibs when I see big breaks like this. Like when I see like big manipulation legs where like it's literally all the way down here. Look how a fib would align with this one rather than it would align with that one. So break of structure here. So top to bottom, literally almost perfectly top takes this, right? And then it decides to sweep the lows again, so that's another break of structure. So then you would draw another fib, but that's another story. So, but like this almost perfectly top six, this closure here, oh, actually that's a lie. But anyway, same thing. So actually you draw it here, sorry. Top to bottom, right there. And then yeah, almost perfectly top takes. But yeah, so I like to draw fibs on like bigger candles because if I drew the fib on this small candle on the break consolidation, it might work, but it kind of just gives you less information. So break would be here, here, there. So right up to here. And then actually this does like kind of top ticket, but I don't know. I just don't like to draw it on small candles like this. I like to have more like more of a reaction to have a fib drawn
yeah, like true
because
manipulation.
yeah, because you
Determining
could
that.
I could assume based on how small this candle was, and it's just going to be a continuation higher. But like on this one, I wouldn't be able to know where the bottom would be here, so I kind of have to draw the fib to help me understand like where the bottom of this giant ass fucking manipulation like would be.
Being able to like properly like determine manipulation, like what's truly manipulation,
Yeah,
is
like
like
this is like
really
the
important.
purest definition of a manipulation. Like this is like I guess in a broad sense, this could be considered a manipulation leg, but if we look at them, like pair them side to side, it's literally just like comparing this. Hold on, let me switch things. It'd just be comparing like this little manipulation leg to like to this, where in this case it went like this, right? It went like this, and then it went like that. Like you can't really compare these two. I mean, they like in turn they're the same thing. Like they both manipulate and distribute, but like this manipulation leg is like 5,000 times bigger right here than this one would be, right? Like because this one's like 5 ticks and this one's like 30. So kind of same thing applies. So you're more likely to need a fib on this one than you would on like a small leg like that. Any questions about that or anything else? And if you have questions about like any of my markings or like me marking out things, ask. But
Yeah, I do.
that's
So
okay.
what's the purpose of marking out swing high and swing lows?
Swing high and swing lows are basically just like resistance and support of previous days. So like if I do these on the hourly, right? So let me zoom out a little bit so it's less like weird, but okay. So let's start from Thursday, right? So this was Thursday. Thursday's most recent swing high was here, right? This is like I take like the 1 to 2 candles on the 1 to 2 candles on the close of the previous day on the hourly. So this was Thursday's close, right? Swing high, swing low, right? I took this candle for example. This was Friday, sorry. But yeah, swing high, swing low. Most recent swing high, swing low after the downtrend, right? And then I marked it out, right? So then we go back to the 5 minute, right? So, and then you have what? Thursday swing high, Thursday swing low. So we see a double sweep of Thursday's swing low, right? So that would be like this. So if we draw it in the sense that how I think as a picture in options alerts, but it goes like this, little fake out and then continuation higher, right? So it just had that sweep twice, but same thing applies. So this is a manipulation leg, so you draw from the manipulation leg into, you know, I wouldn't draw it here because it's not that big, but same thing here. You kind of just like get intuition for it. So you're like, okay, manipulation down, continuation up higher. So also that kind of implies you have to have a weekly bias and all that other stuff, but this is basically how that would work. So, manipulation like here, which would be in this case right here, because it swept Thursday's swing lows. It's really okay. This is a manipulation like break of structure on the lows, because usually when it trades within this consolidation range, like literally you can see it touching it every single day. It touched it here, but it never broke above or below. So same thing, but when it breaks down, you're like, okay, break of structure, manipulation, like boom, thinking like, okay, this is a bullish example, right? Boom, continuation higher, and that's exactly what it did. So kind of just like
So
gotta
I
get
had
an eye. Yeah, question.
yeah. So I mean, I feel like I've been doing pretty good on the charts, but I wanted to know like what do you do if it's like making all-time highs? Like how do you know when to like take profit, I guess? Like when would it be an indicator to stop like taking, I guess like get out of the trade?
Okay,
Thank you.
so it's kind of hard to explain actually. You kind of okay, so when you go into the week, you have a bias, bullish or bearish. So
Right.
for all-time highs per se, like I guess this is a good example today, except the volume was trash. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a mid example, but like today, right? We're sitting around 680s, right? All-time highs are like 689 for SPY, right? 689, right? So you're gonna getting toward all-time highs. The thing about when you get to all-time highs is that when you get to all-time highs, it's never gonna sit at all-time highs. So you kind of like sometimes I try to avoid trading it, but literally look at every single time it's hit an all-time high, right? Every single time it's hit an all-time high here. I'm not gonna
Like you're
zoom in
saying,
all
it's
the
either
way.
gonna push like a bunch past it or it's just gonna like
Yeah,
reject or
it
something.
pushes a bunch past it, but price can never just strictly like here, let me draw lines. Price can never just move linearly. It has to like obviously go like this on the
Yeah,
way
like
up.
have corrections and
Yeah.
stuff.
So same thing here. So when price has all-time highs and pushes towards all-time highs, I usually tend to move in 50-cent increments on my levels, or I just don't trade it depending on how it looks. But every single time it hits all-time high, right? All-time high, pullback, do reclaim, all-time high, pullback, do all-time high, pullback, do. Same thing like applies. So every single
Okay.
time it hits an all-time high, it's not ever gonna stay there, and it comes back to levels that you're like consistent with. So
Yeah,
and then
like
most
you
of the
can
time when
actually
it
get some information from like
yeah, and then most of the
levels.
time when
Yeah,
it hits all-time highs, right? So like actually what day is this? Tuesday. Let me look for Monday, right? Monday, right? So this is Monday and then Tuesday. So Monday, let's just use this as a swing high, right? So this would be the swing high on Monday, this little candle right here, and then I'm gonna use this as a swing low per se. Friday, I think this was like a weekend gap. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Okay. That was a Friday, I think. Yeah. Okay, that was a weekend gap, so the gap's so big. But so Monday's swing low here, and then Monday's swing high was here. And then let's look here. Pushed up, gap above, right? Came back down. Here, trade and consolidation. So this didn't ever sweep any highs or lows, right? This is Monday still. I lied. Okay, this is Monday. So this is Monday. So it swept Monday's lows and then it had a continuation higher. So same thing applies. Like even though it technically wasn't an all-time high, I mean, because you're not looking at any of this price action. You're just thinking if it was this Monday. So
yeah, exactly.
you're coming into Monday. You're like, hey, this price action doesn't exist. The only thing I can see is this candle right here, and then everything else here is blank. So you're coming in here. You're like, okay, right. Monday's highs have been swept. I'm expecting downside. So they already have been swept. The thing I don't like about gaps though is they always need to be filled. So when gaps sweep highs or lows, like this was Monday's high, right? It swept Monday's high already. So I expect it to come back and fill it. So which it did. It came
Yeah,
back and it filled the gap and then it had a continuation higher because price action can literally it's impossible for it to just leave like a gap in between price.
right.
So
I think that's
you
what I
will
used today
never
actually for like
yeah,
the bullish like
you will
bias.
never ever see price have this and then just have a gap here, like it just starts here again, and then it never come back down and fill this gap. You will never ever oh shit, my bad. But ignore the like the little polygon I just drew, but
No, yeah,
um
yeah.
it will never just leave a gap like here or literally anywhere no, across any price anything you can take DEFT and the shitty stock it is and just say that this will never ever happen in any stock because it's impossible for it to leave a blank space in price action. So you could literally I could take this back months and months and months and but in order for price to continue to move higher it has to sweep some sort of higher lower important level to reclaim it. So basically yeah. Also just a little addition. I do have a daily low marked out, right? Because the daily lows are very important. This is a daily low from just the daily chart, but this is from like the most recent daily low. So, most recent daily low is here. So, the most recent daily low is right there. I have it marked out, almost touched it, but the second a daily low is hit, this isn't the same as a like a swing low, like the hourly low. When a daily low is hit, it's gonna have a little bit of a reversal, but then that just like really confirms a downtrend. Like that's just like okay, we're in a bearish market now. The daily low has been hit from what? This like September 25th daily low has been hit. So boom, continuation here, probably a little bit. So you're gonna see like a little bit of a pullback. And then boom, it's gonna keep just dumping. So at one point, I do expect this to be hit, or it'll be moved up higher, and like let's say this would be considered daily low or something like that. But at one point, this daily low is going to be hit again in order for SPY to like actually continue up to like 700s, 800s. So at one point, this is going to be hit, but I just have it marked out for that when that day happens. But um, just in case you guys saw a daily low and were confused by it, that's what it is. So, any more questions? Questions on anything I said? You can type in chat or just say it out loud.
So on a regular day-to-day basis, whenever you send us levels, how do you go about doing that? And like
Actually,
where would the levels be for us,
I
you know?
changed my levels actually. So I'm gonna start doing it a little bit differently. Instead of giving you price targets, I'm gonna just switch it to over unders, I guess. So but yeah, what I used to do is I just look for confluences, fair value gaps, like gaps and dailies and hourlies, and just kind of give you guys those levels. But Now I kind of switched it because I see this has like a better win rate. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna give you your swing high from previous day, swing low from previous day on the hourly, and then say over. What's this price? What, like 682.10? Over 682.10, and then under what? Under 679.62. And then I'd be like, make sure to watch for the opposite pullback and enter on that pullback, and then look for a continuation down. So that's probably what I'm gonna do from now on. And then I'll also give you guys the levels from night priors, because you can literally just it's a lot easier to do these levels now because I don't have to wait for in the morning. But I just do it every time market closes. You can just do this. So every time market ends. So actually, technically, it includes post market, but every time post market's finished, which should be around like 8 p.m. every day, you can do this. So you can just mark out recent hourly highs and hourly swing lows. So that's just how I get my levels now. Any more questions on anything? Honestly, I think I like covered everything that I do. It's really not like hard per se. The only thing that's hard is, I guess, recognizing what's happening in the middle of it. Because like, if we can go replay mode right here, right? Let's go back to this day. Replay. Start new. Market open here, right? Market open. Spiky, did market open here or here? I don't remember which one it was.
Wait,
It was here, right?
wait, let me
It was right
watch.
there, right? Okay, I think it was right there.
I marked. Was it on the 1 minute or 5 minute?
I think it was
Go.
right.
You
It's
can
on the
scale
5
down to the
minutes.
1 minute.
Oh yeah, it opened. Oh wait, no, this was Tuesday.
Because
Okay,
it was
yeah,
after the dump, and it was like when I called, like when I was suspicious it was gonna
yeah.
be
It was
flipped bullish.
right before that dump. So here, right? So let's pretend, because this is replay mode, so there's like literally nothing here. So this is like acting like you're in the middle of it. The things I see with you guys asking me most questions, you guys have problems identifying what's happening in the middle of the price action. So like, this is market open on Tuesday, right? So Tuesday you have this, right? Here's what did I say? Monday's swing high, right? All right,
So posting like a
here's
current example of just like the fib in action,
yeah. So
or just like what's
here's
happening right now.
this, right? So Tuesday's open, right? I guess I could have expanded a little bit more, but oh wait, this is wrong. I don't know what's wrong with this. This was market open. I literally remember doing this, but anyway, this was whatever.
You can go down to the 1 minute. Actually, I should chart on the NQ.
Yeah, but anyway, so
Because
swap
NQ
these
was
levels
leading that
again.
day.
Yeah, it was leading that day. Swap these levels again, right? And then continue down. So you had a what? Then you had your downtrend. So this is your manipulation leg. So live time, you're watching this manipulation leg. I got in shorts here just because I knew the manipulation leg was going to be kind of big. Actually, I think I did this right, but I'm just not thinking about it right. So this never actually swept these highs. It reclaimed these highs and then was going to have a continuation down to sweep these lows,
I
because
think.
technically it ended here. So it just swept that recent break, because this
I think you
wasn't a
can get a
bearish
better
structure.
example. If you go on NQ or on the 1
Let
minute
me go.
today, like charting,
Yeah,
because
let me
NQ was
see.
leading that day. It was like taking the initiative. So charting on there would be
Do you want to screenshot that
a
one?
lot. What'd you say?
I said, do you want to show that one?
Yeah,
Chart
yeah.
on NQ. Okay, yeah. Here, Spiky will
Okay.
give you a better example.
So if we go back, I kind of deleted the notes because I fucking schizophrenic levels, but okay, like it's on Wednesday, right? Yeah, I took the short. Okay, here it is. Like later on the 1 minute, like if I didn't draw it from here. If you go on the 5 minute, let's go and replay. Oh fuck. Okay, what did I do? Give me 1 second. Leave me, bro. Yo, okay. My apologies. 1 minute. Here, whether it was Wednesday. Yeah, all the way back here. Okay. Wait, am I retarded? Yo, I'm lost in the sauce, bro. Okay, here it is. Okay, go and replay, start new one. Okay, like if we go on the 5 minute here, if you like drew it from the 5 minute, like the fib and the 5 minute, like I mean you still can, like, but it's like a more like hard to read because like you don't know because it can be here, but like also like here, like just like the most important thing about just like drawing like just like anchoring it, like just the more accurate you can be, like the more valid it would be in determining like the proper like manipulation, like the initial like move, like strong move downwards, since I use like ordered flow as well. But you're like anchoring here, this would be like a valid valid one, since I saw like move just have like unusually just a strong like just EV shape, just turn back flip side. Also one more thing, like to like note, like just thinking like why price like moved that way, like to me like just it made no sense for to do that. Um just like thinking like why price is moving this way, like how it's reacting, like oh wait, no, it's all the way up here, like my bad. It's so odd. Like I was thinking
You're
like
saying on
this
1 minute.
initial move. Yeah, like 1 minute. If we go in 5 minute, like once again you're like reiterating. Yeah, like okay, that's a way stronger move. Like actually no. Yeah, it was like this one. Because if you go in the 5 minute, like if you draw this from the 5 minute, like sure, like you can think like yeah, like this is like both candles are bearish. Yeah, this is a just manipulation, but like many things can happen like in even like 2 minutes, because you're just telling like 10 like in like those 2 minute 5 minute candles, like that's just 10 per like minutes like worth of like price action, and anything can just happen in that time, and especially just like a minute, like just things can just happen in like a minute or like 2 minutes. And just personally using bookmap like as if like a really strong confluence, like it really helps, but this is like I would rather like have this as like the true manipulation like leg, like down, like getting the true like average. Because if you look here, like just drawing like more accurately, it just almost like taps like 4.5 perfectly. And I think like before that, like the other day, if I had some screenshots, like I actually did it like did it not on the top of the candle, but like more just kind of more like in the averaged way. It's like kind of like right here, because what I also do is just like try to like calculate just like the average like accumulation of the more like recent like just session or candle, or just like movement, and just like in a certain like price range. And the initial like certain deviation, like I guess you just say like simply like manipulation like down. Basically drew it, just breeze past like 2 and 2 like 2.5. Like that's usually like where price stagnates, where it's like quote unquote like where fair value or fair price is. But as like just exhaustion like runs out, just and yeah, it just like breezes like way past that. So like my next target in the head, like seeing how strong the move is, like just in mind, like sure, like we're like heading like towards like 4, like even like very like rarely like 4.5, just max like exhaustion. Like if you like did study just statistical like standard deviation theory, and yeah, like taps of that. I think it was like a bit higher, but tap that. I mean, you could have also went for short. I did have like a short like scalp as well, but it's not too significant. The most important thing just like about standard deviation is like it only works if it's like really like manipulation. If you the more you're able to just like find the difference between like what manipulation is and what it's not, because like for somebody like I do like see like some of you guys draw like just standard deviation and like legs that like couldn't like technically look like manipulation, but just like in my opinion it's like a little bit harder if you're not like just seeing it like in live, since you'd see just like each like candle like update like every like milliseconds instead of just like a full like candle, just like
That's why I
seeing that
also
price
like
action.
think you guys should mark out your like highs and lows. You can stop screen sharing, Spiky, but thanks.
Yeah.
You get you guys like mark out your highs and lows just because um it makes it easier if you guys like recognize what's happening. Because if you guys don't mark out anything, um I don't, not this in like a mean way, but like most of you guys are not good enough to look at a naked chart and just like know what you're looking at. So, not that you're like incapable of trading, but you're like, you guys, like some of you guys send me some like outlandish manipulation legs, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know how you saw that, but I also understand like, yeah, they're a little confused. So it really helps when you mark out like highs and lows, and then you understand when to drop to time frames, like because what was I gonna say? Like on this example over here, or which example was it? This example right here, right? If we go to this little leg right here, like this little range right there, right? I understand this is consolidation. It doesn't look like consolidation because on the 5 minute it just looks like chop, but it's still trading within that range, right? Now this one didn't, so you'd be like, okay, guys, this isn't consolidation because consolidation isn't per se like it has to be within this range, like no matter what. It is, but it also trades within a range, but there's breaks of the range. Like it's not just sideways trading. There's sideways trading, and then because consolidation isn't forever, it has to do something with it, right? So like here, this doesn't count toward the consolidation. That's why on the 5 minute you guys could get confused. Like this doesn't count. It counts when you make this leg and then you trade within this leg, and then now when you trade within that leg is disrespected and broken. This is like considered your manipulation leg. So like Spiky was saying, now you would be like, okay, right? I marked out bottom. I marked out bottom. I marked out top of the consolidation leg. Um, and then now I'm going to what? I'm going to draw my fib. I'm getting my fib, right? So this was the leg that technically broke it. Or you guys could do this one, but I like to use closure. So we could use this one if you guys want to. So to the top of this, right? Higher highs. So we just go to here, right? Extend that a little bit. Yeah, right there. To that, from that leg to that leg. That's a little off, but it's okay. And then look, okay, let's see this, right? This is what, Wednesday. Okay, yeah. This like almost top ticked it. I mean, it's a little inaccurate. I guess I'd probably take from the highest high to the breakup structure here. I just didn't want to do that because it was like didn't really look good, but that is like almost perfectly. Actually, I think that's like 1 point off from top ticking. So this is like a good example of how you use the manipulation link, right? And then you don't use it on this low either because you use it on like the first manipulation link. Like you use it on the first candle that manipulates, right? Because you don't like same thing with like you don't use every fair value gap you see. You use like the first one and that the one that was like respected. So if I drew a fib on every breakup structure and I took a like literally every single breakup structure and I took like trades off of every single breakup structure, my win rate would be like horrendous. I'd have like a 1% win rate. So that's what I'm saying. Like technically, here's another breakup structure, right? It was in an uptrend, lower highs, lower lows, same thing. Actually, this one broke it because it's a higher low. But so technically, I could have drawn a fib from the bottom of this to the top of this, right? But then that would have, and then we can see how that ended up, right? So bottom to top of this, just on another small breakup structure, and then this fib just looks stupid, right? Like, why is my 4.5 max expansion like not even at the top of the day, right? So that's like another thing you gotta understand. So you gotta do the fib that's first created, the manipulation that's first created. You can't just draw a fib on every single breakup structure. So
Stassi, do you
just like
mind
in
if I
general.
add something?
Yeah, go for it.
I would just say like practicing is like the biggest thing too. Like just putting a couple weeks of time like practicing instead of just like doing it once or twice a day and then sending it to like Saucy or Spiky and just sending some like retarded shit because you're not like putting
Okay.
time in.
Actually, like literally, I mean, I would recommend buying TradingView Premium for I think like $20. It's really not that expensive. Just because the replay mode is literally like if you guys just started trading, the replay mode is a lifesaver. Like you could just let's take this right Wednesday, Friday, whatever, replay mode, right? I'm like, okay, I want to trade Friday without actually being like without it actually being Friday. So then you okay, I think I just fucked it up. I accidentally put continue. Oh, my bad. But like you're like, let me delete these fibs. Okay, but you're like, hey, I want to trade what? What day is this? Wednesday without it actually being Wednesday. You know, replay mode, start new. Okay, boom. Right now, I'm literally in the mode to trade Wednesday. Right, market open. Right, just click, keep clicking. Right. So let's go here. We have what? Random candle, right? Random candle. Ignore these consolidation legs because you won't be able to recognize them because they're not existent yet. You're not seeing anything. This is literally exactly what you're seeing on market open on Wednesday. So, and then you see Tuesday swing high, Tuesday swing low. So these are your levels, right? Levels are here. Because this is Wednesday, so these will not be here either. So ignore the swing lows, right? Boom. Keep going. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Still nothing. Not trading this. Nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Still nothing's happening. You're like, okay, you know, what the hell is going on? So it didn't sweep any highs, or sorry, it didn't sweep any lows. Or technically it was yesterday's high, but it didn't do anything major, right? So now you're like, okay, it's just chopping. Let me go down the 1 minute, look for more information, right? And then remember, this is like a replay mode, so you don't see any of the other price action. Okay, you're like, okay, right? It's consolidating. Let me draw my levels. So here, top leg, boom, mark it out. Bottom leg, boom, mark it out. Right? And then you just keep trading within the 1 minute. So continue, 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 continue. Boom, right? You're like, whoa, 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 let's rewind here. This just broke my levels, right? You should have a little.
Wait. DTC or did ITC?
Well, he probably got a call or something.
Actually.
Bro, my stuff just crashed. Hold on.
Bro, that happened to me like the other day as well.
Apologies, bro. My stuff just crashed. Give it 2 seconds. But anyway, what I was saying is you guys should have a little light bulb going on when you see that break of like consolidation. That should go like ding, ding, ding. You know, let me just think about drawing a fib here. Because it just broke a high. Right? So let me open up Discord again so I can share. Sorry about that, ladies. Hey, Spiky,
Yo, what's up?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, bye bye. All right. Back to where we were. Okay. Right. So you guys should be having a little light bulb going, you know, ding ding ding, like this just got broken. So boom. First reaction is draw your fib, right? Bottom to the top, right? So actually you could probably use this low too because you wouldn't have seen the other candles, but you know, right here to here. I think that's right. I think I might have drawn it a little bit like invisible. Yeah, that's pretty close, right? So bottom to top of consolidation leg. Or technically this is actually ignored because it's this one. And then, right, well, let me extend this a little bit more. So it would be something like that. And then you'd extend the leg as it goes, right? So we're gonna keep playing this. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna extend my fib as the leg goes, right? Keeps going, keeps going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. All right, boom. Okay. So the top of this leg is here. So there is your fib, right? Perfectly drawn fib. Actually, let me redraw that. That's a little choppy. From bottom of this manipulation leg to that's the wrong thing. Bottom of this to the top, right? Okay, that's like close enough, right? And then boom, boom, boom. And then the second you have like stuff like that where it's a higher low, breakup structure, you're done with the leg, right? So this should be here, this should be here. Okay. Then you're like, okay, here's the manipulation leg, right? Here's the pullback. Let's pretend this white candle didn't go. I just clicked it too many times, but here's the pullback, right? So I would have entered here, right? So we would have been like, okay, let me enter on the bottom of this like manipulation leg pullback, right? Label it manipulation leg pullback, right? So slash entry, I guess. Slash entry. So this is your manipulation leg pullback, right? And then you're like, okay, now I have my information on the 1 minute. Now I can go back to the 5 minute. So boom, you're on the 5 minute, and this is a lot easier to see because there's a lot less candles, right? So usually after the break of structures, if I don't see it on the 5 minute or like manipulation legs, if I don't see it on the 5 minute, I will go, or if I don't see it on the 5 minute, I'll go to the 1 minute, and then after I see it, I'll go back to the 5 minutes because the 5 minute looks better than the 1 minute because there's a lot more candles on the 1 minute, so it kind of confuse you a little bit rather than the 5 minutes. So here, right? Manipulation leg, pullback, entry. So I would have entered here, right? And then you're like, okay, I did everything right. My fib is drawn, manipulation leg, entered on the pullback, and then let's just see how this trade plays out, right? Oh, this is the wrong one. You would have entered down here. Whoopsies. But yeah. I was waiting for that one. But yeah. You would have entered here. Let's go back to 1 minute. But yeah, sorry. You would have waited for like for what was I gonna say? Honestly, you could have entered here. I just would have waited a little bit more for a little bit more of a pullback, but yeah, but you could have entered there, could have entered there. Either way, the whole point is just to get an optimized entry. But anyway, so manipulation leg pullback, right? You're waiting for this to play out. You're like, okay, keep going, right? Watch how the trade plays out. Boom, 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 and all you see is green. So I mean, literally look at that. So your entry based off everything you just did. So you just took your fib on the manipulation leg, drew the manipulation leg, you know, entered on the pullback of the manipulation leg, and now your profit is literally from there to there. What is that? From 678 to 681, almost 682, 0 DTE. Literally perfectly top ticks as well, by the way. This is like how every trade you're taking should be. Not like this is a really good example, I guess. Like not every trade will be like to the T, but this is what your trade should look like. This is how you should be thinking in live time. So that's basically, I guess, how I would say to practice. Like literally just like fire, like have your brain fire your thoughts, be like, okay, enter manipulation leg, sweep of lows, take it on the manipulation leg down, enter on the bottom, continuation higher, and let me enter here, manipulation leg entry, pullback, boom, draw my fib, perfectly top tick, get out, right? Now, if you were on 0 DTE, this would have literally been like 100%. You would have doubled whatever you put in here, right? And literally, your entry, maybe you should have had what? 678 to 6, you should have had a drawdown of 40 cents. So this is like the whole point of your entry. It's not that your trade is bad, it's that your entry is bad. Because imagine if you entered here, right? You entered on even here, right? One of these two where you're like, okay, it's gonna go up, right? I mean, you're right, it is gonna go up, but you gotta have an optimized entry. Because if you enter here, you're like, okay, I think it's gonna keep going up. You're gonna be down what, like 0 DT, Spiky was like 30-40%?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
30,
Because
40%, you're gonna be down if you entered here. So, and then imagine here, you get 30-40% down instead of being 30-40% extra. So you guys gotta understand like the power of your entry. Your entry is honestly, your entry matters more than the trade you take, per se.
I just got, bro. The Robinhood just like closed all my like puts, like, and I tried to cancel it as well, and like
Oh
still
yeah,
like
it's because market
proceeded.
closes at 1.
Yeah, I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah.
Bro, just fucking
Anyway.
raped me. Okay, bang.
Yeah,
Okay,
any
maybe that's a good
questions?
idea. Just okay.
Wait, does that
Wait, take
affect
a look at
what you
NQ real
do or
quick.
no?
Look at NQ. Well,
Yeah, look at NQ real quick.
Does that affect futures?
is NQ futures? Yeah, NQ futures.
Have a look. Oh, is your data delayed?
I
Oh, it's
think
still
it
in
might
replay.
be.
Oh, you're on
Oh,
replay.
yeah, I saw on replay. Yeah. I was kind of. What the? What is?
Okay.
What is
No, wait.
this?
Wait. Wait. Your data is delayed.
It shouldn't be delayed.
Wait. Go in the 1 minute.
It's delayed. It's right now 4:30 on A16 95.
Oh, I didn't update. It might be because it crashed. Let me
Oh,
look
wait.
at my phone. My
Come
phone.
on,
I
book map real
literally-
quick, bro.
Let me look at my phone. Hold on.
I have never seen this like.
Spiky.
Okay, what's up?
I just traded NQ and I just made $4,000 on my eval. Or like
Good
whatever.
shit. Wait, you're in
Is
long?
that-
Good
is
shit,
that
bro.
Pluto?
Yeah.
I can't lie. I was like in shorts. Like good shit.
Oh really? No, me too.
Yeah.
I was, and then I saw that it like went up, and I was like watching, and I was like, why did it just like push up? But I just
Yeah.
like sold at like 25, 432.50.
Good shit, bro. I was
Did
like
you
up.
pass your eval?
Yeah.
I was
I
up
just
from the
hit like
very
a
top.
3K
I
block in one
posted like
day.
in the event chat. Like,
Bro, because
This
look, I
is the
remember I was
most
sending you
top
Salty.
I have ever seen. What the hell is this?
what happened?
Dude, Saucy,
why
remember I
did
was
it
like sending you and it
push
said like
up?
my win rate was off and stuff. Like
Yeah,
it said like
0%
a
win rate. Yeah.
0% win rate, but
Is there news?
Wait,
Yeah,
Pluto,
that
did
is-
you buy that Lucid funded?
yeah, I bought it Wednesday night.
Do you like it? Like, is it worth it?
Yeah. I was like super dumb and like was bothering Spiky and Saucy with asking questions of futures, but I just watched one video on YouTube like how to use it, and then it's like so much easier, bro. It's free.
Yeah, I remember you were asking Spiky in the call the other night, right?
Yeah, I did it. I ended up doing it later that night, and then I was talking to Spiky about some of the like trades and stuff, and like, yeah,
50
Oh,
macro.
lit.
Okay, so
Good shit, bro.
it's like usually what
Appreciate it.
would have been like for me PSC like late close usually 1250 macro. I guess like today it's like 950 macro since it's a late close. I should have like realized that. But it's usually when like price like has like significant like volume increase, which is like knowing about macros.
Bro, Spiky, futures is actually like fun, bro.
It's so fun, bro.
Yeah, it is fun, bro. And then, like since like prop firms are just like fucking like carnival game, like you can trade like differently, just like trade like way differently. That's if in a way it's just fucking outlandish because
It's not your money.
No, yeah, exactly. Bro, I like couldn't figure out how to use the chart on
Wait.
Tradeovate for like the longest time, and then like all I had to do was just zoom in so I could actually see 5 minute, because it was like tiny little candles that I couldn't see, and I was like, bro, like am I retarded? Like how to work these fucking charts?
Any more questions on
wait,
everything we
Sasuke,
just
wait,
went
hold
over?
on. Wait, okay. Wait, okay, do you want to go like recap later today? Because I do have something interesting like that I do want to go over if we do
A
like do
recap SPY today? Thank you.
yeah, just like today's trading day because just now like
Yeah.
I just
All right,
realizing like
so
something's
what
pretty
market
significant.
opened? Where the fuck did market open today? Market was the Friday?
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Friday, so opened right here. Okay. Market opened right here. So
36 hours.
all I saw was chop, right? So all I saw was chop, so I won the 1 minute like I did last time, right? Boom, consolidation like here and here. Actually, I was sleeping, but this is like what I did when I woke up. So actually, I slept through market open. That's looking bad of me, but it's okay. So I
The
saw
first
this.
15 minutes you're the manipulation.
This means nothing, right? This is literally nothing. There's no consolidation, nothing, because you can't even say something's consolidating on market open because there's nothing prior to like have consolidation for. But anyway, so until about here, right? Here you're like, okay, consolidation, right? Mark out that high, boom. Mark out this low, boom, right? Boom, right? Trades within those, right? So, dude, just chilling in here, boom. I know it's small, but that little wick right there, technically it broke it, right? Now sometimes I would say actually if there's like a wick like half that size, I low-key would ignore it because sometimes like it's just chop, like it won't actually mean anything, but this one is visibly above the line, so I'd usually like think about it. I'd be like, okay, that's possible, right? Then you see what? You see a little manipulation like here. You're like, okay, well, it's still within consolidation, so I'm not gonna like enter off this, and then boom, you see it break completely. So I probably would have been thinking about getting in longs here, just based off of that. So technically, this would have been a really good entry here, actually, if you were on longs. So we would have drawn our fib from what? Top of the breakup structure to the bottom, or bottom to the top, sorry. Ignore me. And then look where that would have got us, right? Then you just end up like basically just fucking ticking the top of this. Like, look at that. I mean, it's still going actually, but yeah. Like, actually, I think we're perfectly top ticked right now. What the fuck?
It wouldn't be valid because like I guess like for me like 1250 macro
Yeah, no,
because it happened or closed earlier today.
Yeah, this I probably wouldn't have even taken this today just because it's like I don't even want to trade today. But like markets
Yeah.
also already closed, so this is post, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, completely like
The 2 will be your target, right?
Yeah, like, usually 2 to 2.5 would be my target.
Okay.
And then it had like a pivot point. So this is usually max expansion pivot point. Some really rarely it goes at 3 or 4. Usually if it goes at 3 or 4, you have to be on a higher time frame, which is usually what I use this for. But anyway, but yeah, this is post. I think market's closed right now. You can't even buy anything.
after
But yeah,
markets,
so I think is it? Oh wait, no, closing like 3 minutes.
still after.
For spiky NQ, bro.
Yeah, like I think I have an idea. I want to analyze that later.
If
Go
I'm
over
a
it.
trade, oh yeah, I know, yeah.
Because I had some
Robinhood-
interesting reads as well.
Robinhood won't let you trade right now, like options. I don't
Just
know
for
what's
options,
wrong.
it's closed.
Yeah,
But
just
it's
for
closed,
options.
but I don't know about the general market.
Of course, the fucking Jews close it like right before it just moons, bro.
That's
But
like
anyway,
it's a why because of that. Like
Yeah.
it's because of that like specifically 1250 macro I was talking about.
freaking moon. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So this doesn't count. But anyway, but technically the fib did ticket. But like, are you kidding me, bro? But whatever. Yeah. So boom, manipulation leg into whatever. Honestly, like the way I target is literally just off of like previous highs. So like I would have targeted Wednesday swing high. So from 681 to what 682.14. It's probably like what do you think for spiky? Like 15 or not 15, 50%
Wait, what?
maybe.
Wait, sorry, what are you talking about? Sorry.
I said, what do you think these cons would be worth like from here to here? Like maybe
Cons.
40, 50%? I mean,
On
sorry.
SPY, because it did QQ, but I think on SPY, I
Zero
think it
DT.
was like less than $1, like 60 or 80 cents, I think.
Yeah, so I think it might have been like 40%, 50%
You can
maybe.
go back and see like options history. I think
Robinhood's like capping though. I swear they're lying on like when you go into like the
bro,
what time is
Robinhood
this?
gives you like Jew fills. Like
Dude, deadass, bro.
and I'm not even joking, by the way. I've looked into it.
Trying to fix my time on here. Okay, I fixed my time on my phone, but it's not. Let me fix the freaking time. Oh, settings. Here you go.
Saucy, look at NQ.
Let me look at my phone. I'm checking these option things real quick though. Okay, what time was this? This was what? This is the 1 minute, so like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right,
When
whatever.
does the
So
market close today? Let me see.
this was like 9. I woke up like 9. That's probably 9, right? 9 a.m. So I would have gotten a 682 call. Let me look at this. Open and watch list. SPY 682, right? So okay. So this will be 9 in the morning, 9 a.m., 9 a.m. Yeah. Around 9:05, right? So we'd have gotten it there and then it would have went all the way to what? From 9 to
Wow,
let's just
he's so
scroll. I
volatile.
probably would have targeted here. So what is this? 9 to like so like 9:20. Actually might be like 10:20. That would have been like 60, 50, yes, 50 to 60% from this move here. Oh no, that was at 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. Yeah, that would have been like 50 to 60% right there. Because this was 9. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that would have been like 50 to 60% from there to there. Just off of this leg alone. And then if you held, which I probably wouldn't have, but because of today, I would have if you would have held over here it would have been like 100%. But yeah, basically that's I guess trading within the same day. So, but I forgot even what the question was, bro. But any other questions though?
Yeah, what would your stop loss be?
Stop loss. Okay, I don't really think about stop losses, but honestly, my probably stop loss would have been like below here, probably like below this line. I wouldn't be targeting swing lows. I would be like freaking negative 100%. But um, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to say. Usually, I kind of like play it by ear, but if I'm thinking about it right now, I probably should have been like right there, this line right here. But it's hard to like put a stop loss on holiday days because usually there's not even enough volume for it to push your price down. Like if you have a good
What
entry on holiday days, yeah, I'd probably just ride the whole thing out. But
when you were giving your example earlier, like
oh, like
you,
back
I
here.
mean, yeah, I mean, you seem pretty confident that it was gonna go up. Like, what makes you?
Oh, like when I was on live stream last time.
Yeah, like, how do
Oh,
you? What confidences do you have that kind of give you that?
where the fuck am I, bro? I'm like scrolling back in Narnia over here. Where was it? Where was it? Was it that day? Yeah, it was this day. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Well, okay, I guess it's more like my confidence just comes from me trading for like the last freaking 10 months of the same thing. So I literally see this every single day. Like literally if I pull up this week is literally the exact same. It does the exact same thing every single day, right? Consolidation, either breaks consolidation up or down, sweeps the highs or sweeps the lows, and then has a continuation higher, right? Literally the same day prior, right? Sweeps the highs, has a manipulation leg down, sweeps the lows, has a continuation to higher. Same thing, right? Sweeps the highs, manipulation leg down, and then re-sweeps highs, can has a continuation up. Literally the same thing over and over and over again, right? Swing low, right? Or this one, sorry. Swing low, right? Sweeps the lows, continuation higher. Like it's literally the same thing every single day. So like there's not really like what makes you think that this day is any different? I literally went back when Pluto asked about all-time highs. I literally went back to like September or October 25th and pulled like a random day out of my ass, and it literally did the exact same thing as it did this day and every other day that last week. So when you like kind of have that built-in understanding of what price just wants to do and what it's going to do, you're not even like you're not scared anymore. So
Would you say that's why it's like smart to kind of trade one thing and understand it's like price action?
well, yeah, that's kind of like why I don't like trading on two swords trades because when you like pick a different stock out of your ass based on momentum every single day, you're not gonna understand like what you're trading. I mean, you are kind of because there's a principle of like scalping, but like spiky scalps, like that's what spiky does most of the
I
time.
mean, I
But
scope and I
spiky
usually take like long intraday, like 30
yeah, but
minutes. So
Spiky like trades the same thing every day. Like if you scalp NQ, you're gonna be trading NQ. So NQ's price action is like linear. Like it's the same. Like I mean, not like linear like how it moves, but like it's the same. Like it's just in a straight line. Like the price action doesn't change per se. It just like goes in directions, and you just play based off of what you're seeing. But when you're playing like DEFT, RR, Open, all these random ass stocks that you just play because they have volume, you've never seen this stock before. Most of the time, they're
Yeah.
artificially pushed, all this other bullshit. So you can never truly understand what you're trading because I could go back 6 months ago and pull the same example from a random Tuesday and it would literally look the exact same as this. So
That's why
like
it
that's
also
what
helps,
makes
like you're saying, if we have like TradingView Premium, like to literally just um like back test on SPY like over and over, like just like watch it.
yeah, literally you can just go on the replay from 5 months ago and just say, okay, let me cut the day off and then let me play the day out, right? Let me think about what I would do during the time. And I mean, because obviously you're not gonna like be able to recognize it while it's happening on the 1 minute chart, like as good as I can because I've been doing this for like 10 months. But like if you guys want to go practice, you have more time because there's no rush to enter a trade when you're back testing it. You're just like thinking about it in real time. And then take notes and then do it over and over and over again. And then at one point you'll just be like, okay, I don't even need like all these indicators and fractals and whatever. Now I can just see a naked chart with my lines. That's literally this is what I do all day. I just my chart looks like this. I just have my lines marked out, and then occasionally when I see like a giant dump like this, I'll draw a fib. But like most of the time, you just get to the point where your chart is blank and you just know what you're looking at. So, but yeah. any questions on like anything that I like do for my strategy specifically, or let me check chat.
When you're marking out these swing lows and stuff, this is
Yeah.
only New York session, right? And those
Yeah,
gaps,
this is New York session.
like you
yeah.
you only showed New York on your chart, right? You don't
Yeah,
care
this is
about
only New
other
York.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is SPY. So SPY isn't open for like London and Asia session. When I'm trading futures, like if I was going on NQ, I would mark out London lows and London highs, or like Asia lows and Asia highs. Like I would like do you think it's good to explain them quarterly theory, Spiky?
I feel like not yet.
Okay, we can get there eventually, but basically, like I mark out swing lows and swing highs from sessions, which I guess in a nutshell, it's literally the exact same thing as this, but it's a lot more confusing because there's more information. But basically, the concept is that instead of the accumulation being like this little leg, the accumulation would be the entirety of London session, and then like the distribution would be New York session. Like that's the idea of quarterly theory. Now I'll explain this to you guys eventually, but not right now. But that's like the concept of it. So but instead of marking out hourly highs and hourly lows like I would on SPY, I'd mark out like London highs and London lows. So
Would
that's
that be
kind of
because like New York just has the most volume,
no,
so
not
then you can
necessarily
like use it,
because
or
not necessarily because like on like with the quarterly theory, basically any of the three, Asia, London, or New York, could be anything. Like Asia could be the distribution. I mean, actually, I don't think I've Spike, have you ever seen Asia be the distribution? I've never seen Asia.
Yes, I have actually. Like, if
I don't
1
think
or
I've
2
ever
weeks
seen.
ago, like
Actually,
I got
I've
like a
seen it
really
on
nice
Fold.
trade.
I've
But
seen
I
it
can
on
like show you
Fold.
it
Yeah,
later.
Asia when Asia's the distribution session is literally like you should make $1 billion. Like there's no reason you should be losing. But it's a
Like
really
essentially,
rare setup. But
quarterly, like just quarterly theory. Like I have like my own like just kind of like spin off of it. That's what
yeah,
works for
but
me.
yeah, I don't follow quarterly theory to a T, but in a nutshell, basically one of those three is accumulation, distribution, and manipulation. Um, but yeah, so instead of on futures, and you'd mark out London lows or London highs or Asia lows and Asia highs. Actually, you'd only mark out London lows if you're trading New York because the Asia would be irrelevant to you because it'd be coming after your session. So, but you'd still want to know what it was just so you can have like a good idea of what you're trading. But that's basically like in a
and would
nutshell.
this just be those would just be other confluences, right? Like you're just adding more confluences.
Yeah, I mean it's basically quarterly is just an AMD setup across 3 different time periods. That's all it is. So. But you guys don't have to worry about that if you're not trading futures. I probably just like confuse the shit out of like half the people in here. But,
But it's good, like good knowledge to know if you're trading like 0TT.
yeah,
Like
I
100%.
mean, yeah. Um, Apollo said fuck quarterly theory.
I love it. Just like my
Yeah,
model's
I
based off
understand.
like
I
time.
understand. It's the same principle of marking out, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, whatever, right?
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the same thing. So yeah, any other questions about that, or not about quarterly theory? I'm not gonna like go into that because that's really confusing. But
Wait, I don't know if this is dumb, but have you talked about like just like simple confidence or like mentality?
I mean, yeah, basically, literally all of my confidence and my mentality comes from just sitting on the charts all day. Like Spiky knows this because Spiky, Spiky is the way I met Spiky is fucking funny, bro. But anyway, um,
Yeah, it's a story.
basically, what was I gonna say? Spiky like basically has the exact same knowledge as me, and like, actually, when did you DM me that, Spiky? How long ago was that?
Bro, that was gotta be like not even like that long ago.
It wasn't even that long ago. Like Spiky has almost the exact same knowledge as me in what, 2 months?
Yeah, like less, I think, maybe.
Yeah, Spiky basically just got the exact same knowledge as me, basically to a T in 2 months because Spiky decided to lock it. So
It's just amazing like how much you can just learn. Like
yeah, it's
you
Yeah,
really
to be
want
really
it.
fair,
like
I'm following that. I'm following that, bro. I'm gonna follow.
Like, just
like,
like
yeah.
it's like it's possible. Like
I
just
mean,
prove
it
that it's
also kind
possible.
of like accumulates to how much time you put in. Like, if you like, I guarantee you, Spiky was on the charts like 5 hours a day. But like, um, you actually like have to sit down and do this all day. Like, you cannot like just get you. I mean, you can, but it'll take you longer. But like, you actually have to sit down on the charts and like look at this all day and like have an understanding and practice and
Dude,
like
yeah, the
other
past
stuff.
week has been like the best week of me learning because I've just been like sitting and just staring, bro.
And then also like it's not even like discipline and motivation and all that stuff like that. That shit goes out the window. You actually like once you like sit and do this all day, you just like get obsessed. Like I dream about the charts, bro. Like every time I go to sleep, I just want market to open again. Not because I enjoy. I mean, actually, that's a lie. I do enjoy it, but like I don't enjoy sitting on the charts learning all day. Like I'd rather just be like freaking going out to eat and watching anime or something, bro. But like you just like get obsessed at one point. So that's kind of like the mentality is just you just build your obsession. But yeah. Yeah. Any other questions, laddies? Ladies, men, women, children. Wait, I mean just men.
So you recommend obviously like testing and going back, but is there like anything else you recommend to study and learn, like on YouTube or some other
Okay, so
course?
standard deviation is ICT concept, so I do recommend you guys like trying to find um like try to find concepts of ICT that kind of align with your trading style and what you want to like trade specifically. So I guess like that's like a big thing. Um, but yeah,
Oh, Saucy, are you done watching all the ICT stuff?
no, I did not finish all my ICT videos. Like 22 videos I needed, and like, most of the time I watch them like literally when you guys watch a video, watch it like 5 times. Like I promise you, um you're not gonna understand what is happening one time watching the video. Like I don't even understand what's happening one time watching the video. I had to watch like one of the ICT videos like 7 times and sit down with a pencil and paper and make notes and like everything. Like you guys actually need to sit down and learn, like actually figure out what it is.
Are you watching
I
these
feel
on?
like locking in for like 3 weeks like pays off in the long run. Like
It does,
it's
bro.
so much better.
Yeah, definitely. Spike, you got anything for them?
Uh, not really. I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
But yeah, like just the fact that if you really want to like just learning that, like it really is possible, and it's just like it's really amazing just how fast just you can learn in such a short period of time. Crickets.
Any other questions?
Bro, I think I
You
just
think
removed
in
my
the
funded accounts, bro.
you think in the future you're able to make like a trading recap and like everything that you're thinking of?
Yeah, definitely. At one point, Spiky, we should make a YouTube channel.
I'm lucky down, bro.
At one
I'm
point,
bored.
yeah,
I'm nothing to do.
me and Spiky will make
Yeah,
a
I'm down
YouTube
already.
channel and do trade recaps.
Yeah, I've thought about doing it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So actually, yeah, we'll probably get on that.
It's a good
Saucy,
means fun
when the
project.
TikTok name getting dropped, bro?
Uh, I don't know yet. Only Spiky has my TikTok. We'll see. I'll probably give you guys my other TikTok though eventually, but
I'm gonna find it, bro.
um, yeah, definitely.
Saucy, check DMs.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna check DMs. Hold on. Wait, who said check DMs? I have like 20 DMs. Sorry.
I did.
What's your name? I'm on Discord right
Woo.
now. Woo. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
I buy the TradingView Premium. Do I need to use like FX replays to backtest, or can I just backtest right on TradingView?
No, you can backtest on TradingView. FX replay just like kind of like gives you like percentages of how like much you're profitable. But honestly, like you don't really need those, so it's not really. I mean, I have it, like, but you don't need it. Like, if you don't want to spend the extra money, you don't need it. Like, honestly, you're probably just better off using TradingView.
Okay, cool.
But yeah.
Thanks, Saucy. Thanks, Spiky.
Yeah, bro. Y'all
No
any
worries.
more questions? Sorry. I'm like looking at like other stuff on the charts on my phone right now. So if you guys questions, like just
do we have
ask me.
class tomorrow? Is there class tomorrow?
I mean, I wasn't like there's nothing like really to teach more about it per se, but like I can definitely just join me, so I can just join. Like we have like a Q&A. If you guys want to, like we can just questions and ask. But like yeah, like if you guys don't have any more questions, like I mean that's about it. Like I'm just here to answer any guys questions that you have about my strategy. Like I literally just showed you exactly what I do. It's really basic, to be honest. Actually, I wouldn't say it's basic, but like it's like it's not like a lot of stuff. Like it's like my strategy isn't rocket science. Like I don't like oh my god, I have all these confluences that I need to be met to have this to work. Like, it's really not that difficult, but the setup, so like in recognizing it is a little bit you just need practice really. Um but yeah, so any questions about my strategy, you guys can just ask me right now, or you guys can just DM it to me. So yeah. But yeah,
I
me and
got
Spike can have like a Q&A to questions. So
Saucy.
yeah, what's up?
Look what your live trading. Like I was following through with the fib shit and it worked. But I was
Yeah.
wondering, you know how like this week it was like it went downside first and then just started shooting up like $10 every day?
Yeah.
If it doesn't do that next week, how would I like set up the fib? Like, and do you do it like right at 9:30 open, like, and then watch it and then you set it up, or is it like pre?
So I have my levels set from the day prior. So I have like the, like my weekly lows, weekly highs, all that stuff. So I wait for it to sweep that, or I wait for it to consolidate within like the 1 minute, and then I'll do a breakout of that usually. But um, you have like a bias. So like your bias for the week might be bearish. Mine was bullish this week, but so my bias was bullish, and obviously it ended bullish. So I was correct on my bias. But usually when you see like sweeps of lows or sweeps of highs, it's literally just to get more like information, or like get more like liquidity for them to move the price that they want to move. So your bias is bullish, but they swept the highs. It doesn't matter. It's gonna have a pullback, and usually it has a pullback in usually the opposite direction. Sometimes it can be a little wonky, but yeah, usually they'll have a pullback in like the complete opposite direction of whichever way it like took this like swept lows from or swept highs from. So
Okay, I
that's
appreciate it.
usually how it works. But yeah, and I'll also give you guys like I'm probably gonna start giving you guys me and Spiky's like weekly bias and like assumption for what's gonna happen during the week. So you guys can
Alright.
like use that to your advantage to like understand like kind of where our heads are at as well, and then kind of develop your own strategy along with that. So
Appreciate it.
yeah. Hi, Kaden. Hi, Kaden.
Are you trading next week, like on live, or you got school?
That's cool. But don't worry, guys. In 3 weeks, I'll be out of school forever, and we can have more live
You
trades.
graduating early?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm on the. But yeah, so yeah.
Hey, Sauce, are you able to check DMs?
Yeah, I
sent
can.
you. Alright, thank you.
Yeah, you can ask me questions. It's fine. You say you've been studying about stop losses, bro? Caden, what are you talking about?
No.
This guy, Caden, bro. Spiky's just over here with his fucking book map open, bro.
Oh shit. Oh shit, I'm screen sharing.
This guy, bro.
It ended, bro.
Spiky and his book map, bro. Spiky
I
is
love
like,
book map, bro. Like,
bro,
one
might
minute.
as well like sponsor book map.
Yeah. Or like just gotta like start like shilling like affiliate codes or something.
But yeah, any more questions? If not, we can just like end it, and then you guys can DM me if you have questions, or just
Oh shit.
me
Connected.
chat, and then we'll have a Q&A again tomorrow. So like 30 seconds for questions, and then we can end this. But yeah.
Y'all hopping back on VC later tonight?
Probably, maybe, yeah.
Bet.
All right, yeah. Okay, no other questions. We're gonna go. Spiky, I'll just call you in the other one. But yeah.
Alright, that's good.
All right, later,
Awesome.
ladies.
Peace.
Bye.